Hello, hello, everybody. Oh, we are, okay. Welcome, welcome. I hope everything's going right. Let me see. What happens if I push that button? Push that button. Push that button. Am I live? Oh, it shows I'm live. A minute and 20 seconds. Is this stuff just not going? Can you see the Lexicon stream and everything? Or can you see like the little stream will be starting soon? Oh, delayed ads. Oh, not the ads. Not the ads. Okay, sweet. I have been thoroughly messed with. Okay, girls. Time for bed. I love you. Can we turn that off or down? I can do it. Babies, y'all had a very busy day. No, I got it. I'm pulling it up right now. Just takes the remote forever. Trapdoor, it's good to see you again. Welcome in. Well, mommy might want to watch something. It's good plastic time. You know, I will say from the boxes that I've seen, opening, this is some high quality stuff. I didn't get the what was it? The cool content creator thing where they had everybody in Houston. And like they gave them a special briefcase. They gave them a jacket, which is hella awesome. And it was only like a handful of content creators that got in too. It was all the TCG creators that were popular in that space. I'm looking forward to the TTRPG, and also what's going to be releasing simultaneously, like side by side with the card game, is going to be their new minis game, which is kind of like X-Wing Alliance and 40K or HeroClix. Welcome back, Mr. JPEG.
Hey, what's up, Joe? I'll be joining you on this excursion into the unknown.
Into the unknown. Into the unknown. Into the unknown.
Hell yeah. Oh man,
Hello,
yes.
everybody. Welcome back to MTGLexicon, your home for casual Commander brewing content. We're not drunken. We are not doing Commander tonight. We're doing a little something. We're doing something a little new. Something that I just decided, hey, why not? Let's just put it out there. See how everybody feels, because as you see before you, I have a special kit. This is the Gundam card game beta kit. Basically, the set is not, or the game hasn't been officially released yet. They've done a bunch of beta events for testing in several LGSs nationwide, and it's a very limited event. This beta kit right here, I've been waiting on since October. Premium Bandai. If you go to the Bandai Namco site, they have a really cool section where it's Premium Bandai, and they do limited releases weekly, much like Secret Lair drops for Magic, but for all things Bandai. So you'll have stuff for all their IPs like Gundam. And one of the things that they did was in October, they said, hey, you can get this kit for $70. Oh my god, why did it go back to the 4-player main? You can get this kit for $70, and then you can you get all the things that come in it, and it'll help you out with your learning of the game. In addition, the game goes live. The game goes live in July. So I've been waiting for this since October. They shipped it out 3 days ago, and I got it 2-day express. But I haven't been able to open it until tonight. I thought, why not share it with everybody else in the Lexicon crew, as well as all the watchers. So this is going to be the first time I've opened any of this product. Other people have been able to get their hands on a lot of stuff in the wilds. And I got to say, I'm really not in it for the money, but some of these alts have been selling, for some of the alternate arts of these specific edition of cards have been selling upwards of $500 to $1,000. So fingers crossed, I do get some kind of value out of it. Now, am I in it for the value alone? No, I'm in it for the game. Now, I'll go over the specifics of how to play the game, what it is, and, what the different... It's really cool. Yeah, I know. If I'm lucky enough, Trapdoor, I will snag it. Thank you all so much. Chart Spark, I see you. Cole, thank you so much for reposting and giving me more visibility out there in the interwebs. JPack, thank you for being here, bud. How much Gundam experience do you have?
How much Gundam experience do I have? That's a great question. Almost none. I haven't seen an entire Gundam series. I remember watching it on Toonami, a few episodes, but I've never actually watched one of the thousands of Gundam series. I liked
thousands.
Yeah, there's so many. There's so many Gundam series, and they're long too.
So to let you know, Gundam, the original show, see, has a sleeve on the box. That's how. Look at how awesome this edged foiling is. Look at that. Isn't that dope as fuck?
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, and then it has the emblem right here. And I love their emblem for the trading card game, which is the kind of sheen from, like, the metallic sheen. You get the little sound effect and everything.
Yeah.
So, Gundam started, the original anime started, the first episode aired, it was Mobile Suit Gundam, and it aired in the year 1979.
Wow.
And during this time, since Astro Boy had released in 1965, the robo genre, the mecha genre of anime was the more popular genre, along with the cat one, Dodoro, I think is the name.
The cat one.
Yeah, there was a cat anime that was really popular at the same time. And there was very little anime
Doraemon?
Doraemon, yes, that one. That one started in 1973, I think.
Yeah, that was one of the first. The Doraemon's basically the Japanese Mickey Mouse. Like, he's been around for a long time.
Well, Astro
And
Boy
yeah.
kind of preceded that as well. I think Astro Boy was first.
Well, yeah, Astro Boy was first, but not as popular as Doraemon.
Yes, you are correct. So, in 1979, Gundam was released, and everybody loved it. And it was a story about people out in space that had been sent out there in what were known as giant colonies because the Earth was overcrowded and overpopulated. And to alleviate that, they sent these giant satellites. I call them satellites, but they really are big. Enough to sustain millions of people in the population, and they were called colonies, and they were their own kind of ecologies, biodomes. They were basically glorified biodomes in space. Each there was originally I can't remember like the quantity of colonies, but there was 7 sides. And sides were composed of 1 to 4 colonies. And then there was experimental colonies as well. It's very much like a predecessor to Fallout, but in space, basically.
Okay. And this is Mobile Suit Gundam. Like Gundam Wing is a separate thing. I know this, yeah.
Mobile Suit Gundam is considered in the main universe, the main timeline, which is called Universal Century. And it starts at 0001. And the events of the original show take place in 0079. And basically, at this point, there was a small revolution of the colonies rebelling against Earth. So, Mobile Suit, at its core, Mobile Suit Gundam has always been a story, or Gundam in general has always been a story about anti-war sentimentalities, that nobody wins in wars. I mean, in the first series, spoilers for a show that was out 50 plus years ago, they dropped a colony on Earth, and we're talking like asteroid-sized, things, and destroyed, I want to say 2/3 of Australia.
Oh no, not Australia.
Yeah, for real. And so there's a lot of really good, strong themes in the original series and a lot of the series that follow in the Universal Century timeline. Now, in the early 90s, there was additional, in the mid 90s, there was additional stories that came out that weren't featured in Universal Century. One of the more popular ones that actually made it over to the States kind of like more or less at the same time was called Gundam Wing, and that is after Colony timeline. And there's also everybody's favorite parody series, which was loved by everybody and well accepted all around, and that is G Fighter, or Gundam G Fighter.
That's the chibi one, right?
No, that's not the chibi one. That's Gundam SD, which is super dimensional. Anyway, it's really great.
Wait, super dimensional? That's Macross.
Well, that's what the SD stands for.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there you go.
Macross came before Gundam, right? Am I crazy?
Actually, Robotech, here's a funny story. Mobile Suit Gundam was released in early 1979. Robotech was released in late 1978, I believe.
It's Shining Finger, I believe, not Burning Finger.
Oh, Superior Defender. I'm sorry. G Fighter is a parody. It's supposed to be it's supposed to be a parody of the series itself, but it takes itself seriously, and that's where the humor is. You can't tell me that you don't hear somebody say, with this burning hand of mine, what is the whole line? Let me look at the whole line, because I want to do this justice, because he just delivers it so well.
Oh, Shining Finger. Oh, well.
Yeah, it's the Shining Finger.
Shining Finger!
Okay, I'm not gonna do it as well as the voice actor, and the English voice actor for G Gundam is actually great. Yeah, here it is. So Domon Katsu, who's the pilot of the God Gundam, which was changed in the States to the Shining Gundam, and Godfinger was changed in the States to Shining Finger.
Oh.
So here he is. So here he goes. He goes. This hand of mine glows with an awesome power. Its loud roar tells me to defeat you.
Yeah, hell yeah. Are you good?
I'm having where the kids are also trying to go to sleep and I'm being loud as fuck. So.
Oh.
Anyway, its loud roar tells me to defeat you. Take this shining finger. I'm not gonna say it as loud and as passionate, but yeah, it's actually like, as far as the writing and the story and like the themes go, it's actually one of the better series that I didn't really give it any kind of credence because I was like, oh, it's just a parody. It's making fun of all the Gundam stuff. But honestly, it turns out it's a really good watch. I would recommend G Gundam to anybody. So you have Gundam Wing, G Gundam, and then you have what was later released was Mobile Suit Gundam Seed, or Seed Gundam, which was set in another alternate timeline. And then after that, you have much later on in like 2015. That was in the early to mid 2000s. Much later after that, you have you have Mobile Suit Gundam 00, which takes place in another timeline. So you have all these different timelines, and then the SD Gundam is Iron Blooded Orphans came out it was released in like just before COVID, and that show is an amazing show too. So you have Seed, 00, Iron Blooded Orphans, G Gundam. You have the SD series, which kind of brings all of those together. This is like the Chibi Gundams that like everybody loves, that they bring all the other series together in a very fun and neat way. And then you have all the games for it, all the video games. But one of the most profitable ventures is actually Gunpla, and it's these very articulated models that people put together. I myself have put together a handful of them, and that's where Bandai got the money and the backing for this game.
Okay. What's your favorite Gundam?
My favorite Gundam is the new Gundam that's NU, the new Gundam from Char's Counterattack. Char's Counterattack is my favorite Gundam media. Next to it is 0083 Stardust Memory, or just 0083. And my second favorite Gundam, they're kind of tied. I actually built both kits, and I'd get them out, but one of them was broken because it was the rail grade, and that line of models is just trash. They didn't do very good on the joints. But it's the Gundam GP01 FB, which is the full Vernier, and that one's dope. Anyway, what really appealed to me, and I saw the first Gundam, this Gundam, in 1988 or 89. It was on a VHS, and it was pirated. That was the funny part, because you couldn't get Japanese animated features unless it was either pirated or imported straight from Japan. And the dubbing you had to do either by like a third party, or you had to just watch the subtitles. And the subtitles, if you were lucky, the subtitles for the first 3, they did... Hang on, y'all. Let me get my camera straight. Sorry about that. Let me get this buddy going. Come on, buddy. Come on. Come on, fella. Sorry, everybody. My camera kind of froze there. It likes to do that. Oh, turn A. I also forgot turn A. And Witch from Mercury. So, some of these series that I'm telling you about, I do apologize, everybody. My camera is just crapping out right now. I paid $200 for this piece of shit.
It's all right.
I thought I was getting higher quality. Turns out that was a lie.
Elgato, please run Camera Hub to see Elgato visuals. All right. Thank you, Elgato, for making the stream possible. We appreciate you.
Oh, dear Lord.
Well, in the meantime, I'm talking about my favorite Gundam.
What's that?
Heavy Arms Custom.
From Wing Gundam, yeah. That's a great one.
Yeah, he's got lots of guns on him. And missiles.
He do be having lots of guns and missiles.
Yeah. Because I figured, if you could just shoot the guy with the sword,
And I love how many Gundam fans we have in the chat right now. I fucking love this. So, going back to the card game, Bandai, knowing how big the IP is, the IP is actually huge. Bandai makes the most money off of its Gunpla, which are these like $50 to $100 to even like
At
$500
least. Yeah.
figurines that they sell, and they have different series for those as well. Like you can go detailed, you can go really detailed with the perfect grade, or you can go real grade, which is kind of like it's very articulate, but it still isn't as detailed as the or the perfect grade. And then you have master grade and high grade. High grade is the beginner tier where you kind of already have some stuff pre-assembled, whereas the higher you get up, like master grade, you have less things assembled that you have to assemble for yourself, like the skeleton and everything. And you have real grade where you have to assemble everything. That's where you start to, really get up there in difficulty of build. And then you have perfect grade, which is so good. There was a video of they did the original Gundam RX-78-1 or -2, and one of the Mythbusters, I think is Adam Savage, he put it together, and it took them a total of 18 hours to put that together, and it was an amazing model.
Oh wow.
Buster Gundam's good too. All right, so without further ado, some of those shows that we talked about are actually in the card game. So it's for its initial release, it's going to cover, out of the major series, it's going to cover the Universal Century, which is the one that I just talked about, which is the OG, the struggle between the Earth Federation and the colonies, or Zeon. And Neo Zeon, its affiliates. So it covers all of the events in the Universal Century timeline, or the more popular ones, and it has a lot of the characters from that, such as Amuro Ray, Char Aznable, and the crew of the White Base. It also has in the sets The Witch from Mercury, which is a banger series. It has Seed Gundam, and then I believe it has... There's one more series, because I think it's 4 total series. There's one more that I'm missing. It'll come to me, but those 3 main ones. Wing Gundam. That's right, Wing Gundam. So it has those 4 series in the first initial set. And for those of you who are familiar with Bandai card games, they primarily attribute everything just like Magic. They have a color archetype where they associate a color identity with a specific archetype. For example, in Digimon, another Bandai game that I play, Digimon card game, each color is associated with a certain attribute or archetype. For example, blue is associated with bouncing creatures, or replaying creatures for memory efficiency. Memory is the way that's one of the manageable resources in the game. It's a shared resource too. That's what makes it unique and awesome. And then green is known for having big dudes and buffing them and stuff like that, and for cheap efficiency. So it's relatively the same as MTG in that regard. Well, Gundam kind of has the same principles. The 4 colors out there right now, they haven't introduced the 5th one, which usually Bandai goes up to 6 or 7 colors in their other IPs, so expect that. But right now, the 4 main colors are blue, white, green, and red. They will be announcing a 5th color whenever the newer set comes out in late January. So for right now, we have the 4 main colors. And in the beta kit itself, in the current beta packs, you can only get access to the 3 colors, which is green, white, and blue. So each of those colors, for example, is associated with a specific series. For example, in blue, you have Universal Century as the primary, with all the events within that timeline going on. In green, you have Wing Gundam and some of the Zeon faction and Neo Zeon faction from Universal Century. So there's some overlap there. In white, you have Seed Gundam, and you have the Witch from Mercury. That's where they primarily overlap. There is, I want to say there's Seed overlaps with blue and white at the moment. So out of those 3 colors, the strongest archetypes are blue and white, because white is it specializes in giving you supporting casts for low efficiency. So I'll go over the main card types here in a second, but I wanna open this bad boy because we've been spending a long enough time yapping about it. So in the box, yes, baby, look at this fucking art. Look at that Gundam. Ooh. Look at that baby. Look at that boy. So each of you will be wondering how the game is played. You have levels, cost, and you have the AP attack power and the DP, which is the defense power. It's pretty much generalized into AP. So you'll have the set name, or you'll have the set number up top, which is ST01-001. You'll have the type of rarity, which is LR, Legend Rare, which is what you're guaranteed in the box. And then you'll have the set symbol, which this is the beta, so the set symbol's right there. I'll give everybody a closer look. Oh my goodness. I don't know if you can see it very well. Camera's not being very helpful. But so the game's primary resource is called the resource card, and you have a deck, you have a starting deck of resources and 1 EX resource. And what's cool about it is you determine who goes first and second by whatever means, and then whoever goes after the first player, they start the game with an EX resource out. What resources are, you have a deck of 10 resources. And each turn you flip from the resource pool. There are cards that interact with your resources as well. They either give you a resource, an EX resource, or they let you unsuspend resources. And resources are what help you determine your playing costs as well as your ability to play them. So level 4 means that I have to have 4 resources, whether it's a combination of 1 EX resource, you can only have 1 at a time, and 3 other regular resources, and or just 4 regular resources. So if I have a minimum of 4 resources out, then that means I can play this card. Now the cost is 3, which means I have to tap 3 resources to play that. And with EX resources, if you tap it, it's considered spent and it goes away. It leaves the game. Your other resources, whenever they're tapped, they're spent, so you can't reuse those in the same turn. You can use resources in the same turn that you play them. There's no like restrictions on that. The AP and the DP, of course, that's pretty self-explanatory. And then on the bottom of the card, we'll get to the abilities here in a second. On the bottom of the card, you have their factions and their teams. So then you also have, for units, this is called a unit, you have the pilots that can link with the units. One of the really cool, unique features about the game is you can have unit cards, pilot cards, and action cards. And then there's bases. So those are your 4 main card types in addition to resources. So it's 5 total card types. And then there's a 6th type, which is a token, and they give you tokens in the kit, which is really cool. All right. So you can play pilot cards. They also have a level and a cost restriction. And you can do what's called a pair, which is you can put any pilot under a card as long as they have a matching color or affiliation. You can link certain pilots to units. So this one links with only Amuro Ray, which means that whenever you link with a unit, so normally you'd play a unit, you can't attack that same turn. Whenever you link a unit, however, with their pilot, that means you can attack that same turn. How do you win the game? Well, every player starts off with 6 shields and a regular base at the top, an EX base. And you have to break all of those shields and then attack undefended to finish the game. So it's essentially like a 7 HP thing because you have to get through the base first. Any questions?
So when are you gonna give me some of that Bandai money that they've been clearly cutting you to promote this game?
Well, to be honest with you, I'm just a huge fan of
I know,
the
I'm just
IP.
giving you crap.
But Bandai, I will say this much: Bandai has been doing really well with
Yeah.
their IPs, in particular One Piece. One Piece
Mm,
is one of the more popular TCGs right now.
yeah.
Really toxic fan base, but I mean everybody says that
Well, it's
over
got one of the
there.
largest. It's kind of hard not to have a
Yeah.
toxic fan base if it's the
Um,
biggest one.
so right here gives you the breakdown of the decks that you can start to play with. So you'll have units, pilots, commands, and bases. Now commands are kind of like a one-use thing, and we do have phases and steps within those phases, just like Magic. You have a main
Hmm.
phase, you have a combat phase, and then you have an end phase. End phase is basically whenever you just want to pass the turn. There's
Hmm.
no specific thing, just like in Magic, you just pass the turn. Commands can only be used in during the main phase, or if they have a special ability that lets them oh my fucking god, camera. I'm about to lose my shit on this.
It doesn't like you today.
It does not. I'm about to go back to my fucking Logitech 1080p bullshit.
Oh.
I'm about to give y'all like 960 quality here.
Y'all gonna
All right.
make me go all out up in here.
So commands can only be used during the main phase. There are special abilities that you can use them during combat. You get to pass priority essentially. You get to say, okay, well, I'm going to attack with this unit, and then you pass priority. They have a response in the form of a command. And again, each of these follows the same restriction as far as level and cost. Bases act a little bit different because you can only have one base out at a time, and they have a sort of AP as well. So your unit has to be big enough to destroy the bases, and they do have lingering damage. Damage lingers beyond the turns, so it doesn't just clean out at the end step. So units can stay out on the field, and they're the ones you primarily attack with. Pilots cannot stay out in the field. They have to be paired or linked with a unit in order to stay out in the field. And pilots have an added bonus. We'll get into that in just a second. Oh my god. I want y'all to see something. These dice set, this is actually like why I spent the money that I did. Because these fucking dice they're glorious. Look at that.
I'm waiting for the camera to. Oh yeah, that's a nice. Yeah.
They're really cool. Hey, Christoph, thank you so much for the resub. Thank you, everybody, for being here. If y'all have any questions in the chat, please feel free to ask. We are doing wonderfully. So they give you a kind of standard deck here with tokens, and they give you a sort of pseudo starter deck to go off of. And we'll start with the starter deck, and then we'll open 16 packs. And of course, my kids start to argue and fight whenever I'm trying to do something.
Yeah.
They do. As they do.
As they do.
So it's cool because the card backs also indicate what it is and if it's playable or not. So tokens and resources have a different card back than the regular cards. So you see how these two have different card backs?
Mm-hmm.
And then you have this card back. Well, these are the playable cards. That's the regular card back right here. And then these should be the tokens. Tokens even have a different color. They're brown. And then these are the resources. So each of them have different card backs to indicate like, hey, use this for play or use this for resources. All right, so we're going to go through the regular starter deck that they have you start with. They have you start with the Gundam, which is a common. Just a regular old Gundam. They have the GM unit. Sorry, I'll get closer here. The art is just so good. There's the reliable GM unit. They have the pilots.
Oh, reliable.
So pilots have this really cool thing. Whenever you attack shields, the player reveals the shields that are being attacked because each of the cards has a special ability called a burst ability. For certain or for all the pilots, they have a burst ability, which is to add the card to your hand. So if they're in your shields and your shield gets broken, you flip it. If it has a burst ability, you resolve that burst ability right there during that at the end of that combat.
I'm about to burst.
So Amuro Ray, you'll notice he has a level 4, so that means that you can't play him unless you have 4 or more resources out. And he has a cost of 1, which is really good. Most of the pilots have a cost of like 1 or 2. You'll see here that he gives bonuses to whatever unit he's paired or linked with, and that's +1 or +2/+1. So he gives a +2 attack and a +1 defense. He also has this nifty little ability here that's on the bottom that says, when paired, choose one enemy unit with 5 or less HP, so that's the number on the right, rest it, which is to tap it, basically. You rest resources or you activate resources, and the same thing with units. And bases. So if I were to have the Gundam out, let's say I paid
Mm-hmm. Did we lose yet, Joe? Probably dealing with the kids.
everything's going wonky tonight. Anyway,
Oh.
so if I have 4 resources and they're not tapped, I can tap 2 of them to play the Gundam. Then if I have this bad boy in my hand, I pay 1 to pair him and link him with the Gundam. So you put him underneath like this, okay? So that way you see the stat line right there. So it's a 3/4 with +2/+1, and then he has the ability when paired. So as long as it's with any blue unit, including the ones that can use him specifically, it says when paired, activate that ability. So there are some that say when linked or when paired. Most of the time, it's when paired. So basically, when you're sliding them under the mech, that's whenever you can use that ability. So that's how linking and pairing work with units and pilots. So I can have a GM out and I can, wait a couple of turns, obviously, and then I could play Amuro and pair him with the GM. That means the GM's going to gain the added buffs, and then it's going to gain the when paired ability, but it still can't attack the same turn because it's not linked. Because it doesn't have the name Amuro Ray on. So you can pair it, but you can't attack that same turn because it's not linked. Only linked units, as in the names of the pilots that are specified, can attack the same turn that they're played. Then you have the bases. This is a base at level 1 for 1 cost. You can just put this base out there. Like I said, every player starts the game with an EX base, which is a 0/3 little base token. I think I have it in this spot here. Give me 1 second. Where are you? Oh, here it is, right here. So every player starts with this generalized EX base, and it's a 0/3. So you start it at the top of your side with your shields at. So like your shields will be placed like sideways underneath it on the side here, and it'll be 6 of them. So everybody starts like that. Enemy units have to have enough power to break the essential toughness of the base in order for it to be destroyed. And like I said, damage lingers. So this GM attacks for 2. I turn it sideways, hit the base. It's got 2 damage markers on it with a die, with a D6. And then that base won't be destroyed until the damage markers exceed 4, right? So you can actually burst these out of the shields too. So if, let's say, you break a base and then you attack with another unit to break the shield again, well then if you flip a base, you basically play it right then and there, and then it has an ability that says deploy, which is basically whenever you play it, add one of your shields to your hand. So you're essentially trading 1-for-1 on those bases.
Mm-hmm.
So the deck comes with 2 side 7s, which is really nice. I like this card a lot because it says active main. You can rest this base to choose a friendly unit. It recovers 1 HP, so you can also heal your units. And then here we have the boy, Wing Gundam.
We have the boy himself.
Yep, Wing Gundam, which looks like a badass. It's at level 5 when it can be played, and it's a 4/3. And then we have Hiro Yui right here, who can link with it. His ability is pretty cool. It says this unit gives +1 AP and HP while linked. So in addition to the +2/+1, he also gives an additional +1/+1 to only the Wing Gundam unit, because that's the only one that they're linked with. And that's really cool. You have St. Gabriel's Institute, which is a nice little base. It on deploy, you get to add one of your shields to your hand, then look at the top 2 cards of your deck and return one to the bottom. So it's essentially like a scry 2. And you have the Zaku, the OG mass production unit of the Xeon Forces. And then we're getting into a lot of the newer fan bases stuff, like Strike Gundam from Mobile Suit Gundam Seed. Or Mobile Suit Seed Gundam, or I don't know how to say it. We've got Strike Dagger, which is the mass-produced unit. We've got Kira Yamato, everybody's favorite whiny pro tag. I hate this guy. Oh, so we have a seed lover. Yeah, fuck you, Cole. He's a whiny bitch for the majority of the series. Don't
You got one seed lover and shit. That's my boy.
Listen, they did a seed remaster not too long ago. But he's basically like the Mary Sue of Gundam pilots.
Oh.
Am I wrong? Am I fucking wrong, Cole? He's got godlike powers. That's Jesus Yamato. See, even you know. Alright, so these are the tokens that the white base deploys. And it's nice that they give you all of the tokens up front. This is the token that the Char Zaku deploys as well. It's really nice that they give you those. You get 2 extra EX resources, 2 extra bases, and then you get a full suite of resource cards. They basically gave you enough to supply for 2 players to play the game just in this one kit, which is really nice. All right, so we're gonna start. Any questions? We're gonna start with the first pack, and hopefully it's first pack magic here. But no, the newest series is Hathaway. And then the one before, was it Witch from Mercury happened, or Hathaway? I think it's Witch from Mercury, then Hathaway. Iron-Blooded Orphans, Witch from Mercury, then Hathaway. Correct me if I'm wrong.
I don't know.
No, I'm talking to Cole, because he's a big Gundam fan. And Trapdoor too, if you're still here. That's Jesus Yamato. Every single fan of Yamato knows exactly. Yeah, Hathaway, then Witch from Mercury, Requiem, which I didn't like. That's a skip for me, dog. And now GQ, which actually they just did the movie too. But GQ is the new movie that they're doing, like with Chinese kind of theme, which is really cool. Enough. Had to get the sticky off so I don't damage the cards. All right. What's cool about Bandai is they make it really easy for you to open packs. And this is on every single one of their packs that they do. They have this nice little notch here where you just tear it open like that and tear it down the side. See how easy that is? Hasbro, you could take notes. All right, we have Suletta Mercury, Witch from Mercury. She's really good. Attack once per turn, choose one of your resources, set it as active. So you basically net one resource, plus one resource from her. She's really good. You have Wing Gundam Bird Mode, Birdman. This is really cool. Deploy, place one EX resource, which is really nice. This sort of solidifies green as the quote unquote ramp color. You have Maganac. I think that's how you say it. Maganac. The from Wing Gundam. You have Thoroughly Damaged, which is our first command. It says choose one rested enemy unit, deal one damage to it. It also substitutes as a pilot. And this pilot can pair with any Earth Federation white base team unit, and it gives them +0/+1. So Hayato can be paired with a GM, a Gundam, anything, any unit that's blue. But he also can be used as a command during the main. So you can do either or. You can play him as either or. We have Gundam MA form. When paired with any white base team pilot, again, you can pair Hayato with it. Draw one, which is really nice. So this is the kind of like the card advantage engine. You have Launcher Strike Gundam. Y'all, please let me know if you want to slow down in chat. We have blockers. So the thing about in most Bandai games is you can't block an attack unless you have a card that specifies you can do so. It's not like Magic where you can be like, yeah, sure, I'll block. And you can attack into there's the onboarding to do, yeah. Can hold a which one you want me to hold the strike launcher strike unit? I think you can hold okay. So basically, I hope y'all can see that. It's not coming across too clearly on my side. Okay, that's better. All right, so I'll just get a little closer. So if you have a rested unit, something that's tapped, then you can attack into it with your unit. And like I said, there's damage markers that stay on there. So, like you can basically suicide two units that are like 2 power into this one unit. And it'll die. But these can block for you. So if you have a unit on an enemy unit that's attacking, you can just rest this to block it, and they'll deal the damage to each other. And then you have another ability which is called Breach. So Breach X basically is whenever you destroy a unit, you deal that much damage to the shield or base. So Breach is kind of like Trample. So this has a breach too. So that means that if I'm fighting against another unit that has 2 or less HP, whenever I beat it in combat, I then deal 2 damage to the base or the shield. And the thing about shields, in order to pop them, you need a minimum of 1 attack power to do so. So that's really nice. All right, and then you have the gun tank, which is really cool. It says deploy. Again, that's whenever you play it. Deploy, choose one rested enemy unit, deal 1 damage to it. I really like this card a lot. It's super cheap. It's, you play it at a level 2 and it's a 1 cost. And then you have the Witch and the Bride, which is another command. Burst is so you can, whenever you burst it, you activate it out of the shield whenever it's checked. You activate the card's main ability. And main and action, this is one of the commands where you can use it during somebody else's attack phase. You can choose one enemy unit with 5 or less HP, return it to its owner's hand. So here's another bounce spell. So already seeing a variety of the archetype strategies in here, with green being the powerhouse that ramps, and then, blue being the control color that draws and, pings other units, and then white being the overall good color, because it can active set resources to active or rest units or bounce rested units, so on and so forth. So here we have naval bombardment. Burst, choose one enemy unit. It gets -3 attack power during this turn. That's really good. And then the action is choose one friendly unit with blocker. It gains, or it gets AP +3 during this turn. So it buffs your blockers for the turn. Zaku 2, the OG. During the attack, it gets +2 AP, which is really good. It's a cheap unit you can just put to the ground, and then you can start swinging for 3 damage total. Strike Gundam, draw 1, then discard 1 on deploy, which is really good. And then you have Fall Mel, which is actually my favorite base so far because it has a really high defense, but also when you deploy it. Hey, thank you so much, Ash Ketchum.
Ash Ketchup.
Add 1 shield, but then if it's your turn, deploy 1 rested Charzaku token to the field, so it comes in tapped, which is really good. Peaceful Timber, which is also doubles as Quatch, a winner. And action during this battle, your shield area cards can't... Oh my fucking god. Are we really going to do this every time?
We're doing this. We're in it. You best start believing in tech failures. You're in one.
Honestly, let me see. Hang on, folks, because like I don't want this happening every goddamn time.
Yeah, what is going on?
It's the cable. So, the computer that I have is an older rig, and
Yeah.
it has some older USB ports that have kind of like not. They've seen a lot of
Oh,
action, and so like they aren't the best. They're the most consistent or stable.
well, that's a bummer.
Give me 1 second. Let me see what's going on. So
I believe in you.
That's the 3.0 that I have it connected to. Why is it? Okay. We're just gonna roll. Sorry about that, folks. All right. Uh. Oh yeah, can't receive damage from enemy units that are level 4 or lower. So basically, they have to be the Gundam, the Wing Gundam, to kind of break the shields. We have Rid. Oh, UC. So Unicorn Gundam is the other set that I was thinking of. That's in the blue and white overlap. So it's Gundam or UC Gundam 0096, which is a continuation of the Universal Century. So Reed Markinus is here. I don't know if I'm saying his name right because every time I watch the Japanese dub, it's never the same. It's never consistent. But one of the cool things is that while you have them impaired or linked, if this unit has a repair, it gets +1 AP, which is really good. And then you have First Contact, another banger command, which is whenever you play it from Shields Burst, you can place 1 EX resource. And then main, you can place 1 rested resource. So it's basically a ramp. Show of Resolve is a really good card. Basically draw 2 for 3 costs. So it's kind of like a divination. You have Gundam Aerial, which is our rare. Oh, and it's actually foiled. Hello? That is nice. I didn't even see the foiling. So Gundam Aerial, our first rare, is while there are 4 or more command cards in your trash, this card in your hand gets cost -2. So for 1, basically, you still have to play it. You still have to play it on 5. Like, so you just better hope you ramp. I'm gonna sleeve that card up shortly. Okay, we got the Maganek. We got Gundam Aerial Bit on form, which is good. It's a really good low cost beater. Another Gundam MA form. Oh, here's your boy Troa Barton, pilot of the Heavy Arms. So you get simultaneous fire. Main, choose one of your units. It gains Breach 3 during this turn. Really good. Breach, again, is kind of like Trample, where if you deal damage and destroy the unit, you get to deal that much damage to the shields. Chang Wu Fei, again, Wing Gundam. During your turn, if this unit has Breach, it can't receive battle damage from enemy units with 3 or less AP. That's really good. And then we have Banager, who's the pilot of the Unicorn Gundam. While paired, if this is a link unit, draw 1. So whenever you pair him with the Unicorn Gundam. And then you have the G-Fighter, which is the core of the Gundam, or which is something they came up with in one of the episodes. It's really cool. Choose one of your white base team units. It gains high maneuver, which means it can't be blocked during this turn, which is dope. Citizens Take a Stand. This is another rare. It doesn't look like it has. Oh, it does have foiling. Okay, so the foiling's kind of subtle on these rares. I don't. The camera's not doing it any justice. It's there, but yeah. So this one's really unique because it's a higher play level, but it gives all of your units +2 attack basically. All right. So we're 4 packs in. Again, I love the easy opening from these packs. Fucking banger. We've got Soletta Mercury. Got Wing Gundam Bird Mode, another really good one. We got Foul Meld, that's number 2. Peaceful Timber. Reed. We've got Lotto. DSOC. I believe this is from Gundam Unicorn. This is a base unit. Overflowing Affection is a good one. So you can draw 2, then discard 1. It's a really good command that'll help you put all your other commands in trash so your aerial is cheaper. And then you've got another Witch and the Bride. Just now noticing the freaking foiling. Hello. Hello?
Are you live, buddy?
Yes, I am, sir.
Oh, what are you live on?
On Twitch.
Oh, I meant what channel?
Ours.
Oh, I didn't see a notification.
Yeah, that's because I couldn't get StreamerBot to recognize it properly. Like, I have it on, but it didn't do the automated process like it does.
Oh, okay. I'll take a look at that later. I'll pull it up in a minute.
Alright, well, I'm glad you got the puppy home safe and neutered. Or spayed.
Yeah. Spade.
Draw 1, then discard 1 from the Strike Gundam on deploy, which is really good. White base is the one that plays the 3 different types of tokens. And you basically expend a resource to do this. It's a really good base. I like this one a lot. We have the Jigan, or the Jagan. While you have 2 or more Earth Federation units in play, this card in your hand costs -1. So basically at 3, you can have it come out super cheap. We have Ball. That's right. The OG All-Star. Choose one of your units, recover 1 on attack. That's really good. Here's an Overflowing Affection. And here's another Gun Tank. Also good. And then here's JPAC's favorite unit, the Gundam Heavy Arms. Here you go, JPAC. Just for you. During pair, this unit gains Breach 3. So any of the green pilots can give it Pseudo Trample, which is always awesome. And then another Gundam Aerial, which is nice. Well, it's nice that it's a rare, but not nice because I don't really care about the Aerial. It's not a great card right now. It might be later on in, whenever the other sets release. Naval Bombardment. Again, if anybody has questions, please let me know. Zaku 2, Strike Gundam, Fall Mill, Peaceful Timber, Reed. Here's the Michaelis. While there are 4 more command cards in your trash, this unit gets +1/+1. That's really good. Another Loto. And the Wing Gundam. This is the big boy right here. This is a legend rare. So this is, I don't know if I have another chance at getting an alt or anything like that. But this is a big boy. It can be played out at level 6 for 4, and it has Breach 5. And then this unit may choose an active enemy unit that is level 4 or lower as its attack target. So it doesn't even have to be rested or tapped in order to attack it. This is actually a really good one. I need more of those because it's kind of like the boss monster of green as a color. Not really opening anything too hot. I am getting the cards that I need to build a deck though. Hawk of Endymion, which is actually a really good command that you can use during your main, or you can use it during their attack. Choose one enemy unit with 3 or less HP, return it to its owner's hand, and then you can use it as the pilot Mula Flaga. Naval Bombardment. The Rizel, which is a good unit. We have Kai's Resolve. Main, choose one friendly unit. It gains +3 HP. Also nice. We have the Shenlong Gundam from Wing Gundam series. Breach 3. Most of the green Gundams from, or most of the green units will have Breach 2, which is really good. Kind of plays into that aggro, stompy, kind of archetype. We have Intercept Orders as our rare. Does have the foiling. Choose one enemy unit on burst. Choose one enemy unit with 5 or less. Rest it. So if it's coming out of the shields, you would rest an enemy unit with 5 or less HP. And then main or action, choose up to 2 enemy units with 3 or less HP. Rest them. So basically, this is a good way to tap down your enemy's attackers, and kind of stop them from ever coming at you. Oh, hell yeah. We got our first Char Aznable. He's a pretty good card. Attack. During this turn, this unit gets AP +1, and if it's a link unit, meaning if it's like Char Zaku, it gains high maneuver, which means it can't be blocked. We have Demi Trainer, our first one. It's a blocker for 1/1. I think we actually have it in the packs, but it's really cheap, efficient blocker, which is also good. We have another Gundam MA form, always a good card. Another Simultaneous Fire. Chang Wu Fei. First Contact, really good card. A Loto, and Gundam Sandrock. This is our first one. Deploy, so whenever you play it, you may deploy one Magnet Core unit from your hand. Oh my fucking god. Every time. I'm getting so pissed. Okay, Gundam Sandrock is actually really good. It's a 4/4. That has a really awesome deploy ability. Alright, we got Suletta. Wing Gundam Bird Mode. Nice. I just need one more. Naganak. Gundam MA form. That's our third one as well. Overflowing Affection. Need more of those. And we've got the boy, Gundam. That makes our second really good card. I love this card a lot. Put that right there. We're not going to be doing any deck building on this stream because I have something special planned after doing this opening. It's going to be another first here at the Lexicon stream. Well, not necessarily first, just something we haven't done in a long time. Gundam Aerial Bit on form. Our first Aztecacia School of Technology Earth House. Add one of your shields to your hand on deploy. Of course, whenever you play it to the base area, and then activate during your main. Rest this base. All friendly link units, so they have to have a pilot with the name under them. Get AP +1 during this turn. M1 Astray, our first of that as well. While you have another triple ship alliance unit in play, this unit gets AP +1 and blocker, which is pretty effective. Oh my. This is happening entirely too frequently. Sorry about that, y'all. Alright. Peaceful Timber. G-Fighter. Gelgoog. Our first Darabald, which on deploy, choose one enemy unit with 1 HP, return it to its owner's hand. That's really good. And our first Perfect Strike Gundam. Seed fans will love this. Where you at, Cole? It has blocker. And deploy, choose one enemy unit with 1 HP, return it to its owner's hand. That's really good too. I will sleeve those in a minute. Yes, we got our 4th bird mode. Pretty good. We got our 3rd ball, I think. 3rd fall mel. Launcher Strike Gundam. Guel Jeturk. Funny name. Activate main once per turn. If your opponent has 8 or more cards in their hands, set this unit as active. It can attack during the turn. So basically, you're just going to untap it. So you attack with it, tap it, and then untap it. And it can attack again, but it can use like an ability or something. Show Resolve. And the Unicorn Gundam Unicorn mode. This is our first. It links with Banager. And during pair or when it's destroyed, if this is a link unit, if it has Banager under it, return its paired pilot to its owner's hand, then discard 1. Which is actually cool because whenever you have a pilot that's linked with a unit, like you have a pilot under it or paired, if they get bounced to the hand or destroyed, they both go to the discard pile. Or they both go to the hand. Whichever zone the unit is sent to, the pilot also goes to. Bit on form. Aztecacia. Another M1 Astray. Rizal. Kai's Resolve. Really good card. Shenlong. Chengwu Fei. Manager. And Ale Strike Gundam. This one's actually really, really good. It has blocker, when paired, level 4 higher pilot. Choose one enemy unit with 4 or less HP and return it to its hand. Really good. It's a good card. That's my other legend rare. So we have 3 total legend rares in this, and I think that was my second. Not including the Gundam that you get. You can get alternate arts. It's not looking like that's possible in here, but I did get another one that's really good that we haven't seen. The alts are really Strike Gundam, on deploy, draw 1, discard 1. I think we already have that. White base, another good one. That's a second one. Gigon, Overflowing Affection. That's a 3rd. Gun Tank. That's 3rd. Gundam Heavy Arms and Charzaku 2. Which is a really good aggressive card, low costed, really efficient. During pair or when it's destroyed, deploy one rested Charzaku to token, which I have in the pile there. That one's really good. So I have one Char Asnable and one Charzaku 2. Not bad. Hey, I just opened another fucking one. Okay, dope. All right. Here's second Char, which is pretty dope. Demi Trainer, need more of those. Hawk of Endymion. Shenlong. Rick Dom, Breach 2 is really good. Michaelis, Manager, and the Gun Cannon. Here's another rare that I've actually been looking for. It has Repair 1. At the end of your turn, this unit recovers the specified number of HP, so you basically get to heal yourself at the end of combat. When paired, choose one enemy unit with 2 or less, rest it, which is actually really solid. I like this card a lot. Alright, we're getting down to that nitty gritty. If ever there's a time to have an alt, and it is right there, and I think it's the best freaking alt. Oh, I'm getting excited. Hold. 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 Third Char Asnable, though. That's really good. Demi Trainer. Hawk. If you're still in the chat, let's get some hype for a possible alt art. It's looking like it might happen. This is the magic. Here we go. Everybody. Here it is. There it is. You can clip it. You can send it to your friends. This card on the market right now is going for $500 to $700, and I've already got a buyer for it. I think he wants around $350 or $400. But yeah, this is amazing. Let me take a picture of this real quick and send it to the boy. I'm so happy I opened this. I'm really excited. Y'all can't hear the excitement in my voice because I'm so burned out from opening all these, but like, this card right here is fucking amazing. Okay, that's exciting. That is really exciting. That is dope. So the cool thing about these is that whenever they have the alternate, oh, and it's textured too. You can't really see it. Look at how amazing this art is. Probably the best art in the set, but it'll have a plus as far as the alternate arts go. That is really cool that we opened fire towards the second to last pack. Now let's see if I can get another Gundam. I would like to have 3 to 4 Gundams, please. All right, this is the last pack. Let's see if we can get some last pack magic here. Citizens Take a Stand. It's number 2. All right. So while I am sleeving these up, we get a pretty good selection of cards here. honestly, I'm happy with my openings. We got few Gundams, not bad. I'll need to look for some more. Mainly the ones that I wanted to get was the core set of cards, which I'm pretty sure we got a play set of most of everything that we needed, with the exception of some Amuro arrays. But yeah, let me go ahead and start moving this stuff around. Folks, thank you so much for joining. Ooh, don't need to see that. Okay. Sorry, everybody. I've been really excited. Oh no. Is the stuff not on? Is the playlist not on? Hello? Have I just been going this whole time, like, awkwardly? No shot. There we go. Oh man, I'm excited. I am so excited.
All right.
So I just talked to my friend who's gonna buy this from me for $550.
Oh. Did you pull a good one?
Yeah, here on the stream, it's right here.
Yeah. I'm watching the stream.
Look at that, it's textured too.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Wow. So that's
it's a textured foil.
Overthrowing affection.
Overflowing affection.
Overflowing affection. Wow. So this is like super rad. What does it do?
Yes. So it draw 2, discard 1.
Oh, that's pretty sick. That's probably going to be in every deck.
Yes, it is. I already have regular versions of this, so I'm cool. I'm content with sending it off. And the thing is like, it's a beta edition, so that's why it's like automatically going to be more, because it has the beta stamp at the top right.
Got you. $500, that's not bad.
Yep.
Good poll.
Sorry, I'm currently making deals on when to meet and shit like that.
He's already in it. He's
Bro,
already.
I'm telling you, dog. I'm telling you.
Yeah, nice. Oh, Providence. He pulled that card. Yeah. I went out last night. Had a lot of beers. A lot of beers. So I slept all day today. I had a bad day yesterday. I found out my car battery is dead.
Oh yeah,
and
I saw
stuck
that
into
in the
my
chat.
parking structure. And also something else happened, but was very unfortunate. Not sure how much I want to talk about that, but didn't work out with some woman I was seeing. They got a plane ticket to an undisclosed location with no return flight. So yeah, they're gone. Nothing to do with me. They just did that. So Very cool.
Alright, let me get rid of this stuff here. So yeah, that's the kit. I'll be getting a playmat very shortly. Oh man, this is so cool. I'm gonna start sleeving up these, and then I have a special, not necessarily like announcement, but I have something special lined up for everybody.
Special announcement.
All right, give me 1 second, JPack, if you can, entertain the chat.
Yeah, I will definitely entertain the chat.
Oh no.
What's going on, friends and viewing public? I'm off screen because I am chilling in my humble apartment here in the Bay Area, California. Getting high off of the Wonder Balsam, Dr. Martin's Wonder Balsam. I've been rubbing it on my shoes, and I'm starting to feel lightheaded. Starting to feel like a piece of toast. Everything's starting to smell like almonds. I'm starting to see the walls pulsating. I'm starting to feel like I'm a hot air balloon, and I'm floating towards Willy Wonka's factory. It's a blissful sort of a feeling. I feel like nothing is ever going to be the same ever again, and it's always changed. I don't know what I'm saying anymore. Hey there, Charles Park, what's up? When I was in Australia, I got handed this pamphlet. I'm not sure if this is like something I could talk about on stream necessarily. The Falun Gong, I guess it's a group, like a religious group. They look like a cult. This is definitely a cult. This pamphlet that was handed to me, it has cult written all over it. It's because it's very vague, you know. It's just like Falun Gong, also known as Falun Dafa, was an ancient Chinese spiritual discipline. It consists of moral teachings, and 5 gentle exercises that offer an effective and rewarding way to improve one's health and energy. I don't know. It just seems... And then right on the back, there's a cry for help. The violent suppression of 100 million people. Like, the tone shift of this thing is very dramatic. To, oh, it's just like a spiritual practice, to like, the CCP is killing our people. And it's like, whoa, wait a minute.
Oh no.
I don't know. Is definitely brown bagged this petition. There was a petition brown bagged inside of this real spiritual Chitu pamphlet. So.
Oh. All right. So this alt is gonna go to Happy Hands tomorrow, and I'm gonna have some extra money to either buy some more product or yeah.
Nice.
It's always good because I spent 70 on this kit. It's always good for stuff like that, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, hell, that's a dual land right there, or 2.
Oh yeah, for sure. That's great. The bait of overwhelming affection. Overflowing affection. Overwhelming affection. It's overwhelming!
My wife just asked me, she goes, why would you get rid of your first? Because I can get more!
Yeah! What if you pull another one? Holy.
No, I've already opened all the packs, but I mean, I can...
No, I mean, like in the next one. The next...
Yeah. Overall, like I was telling chat, I'm pretty happy with my pulls. I got play sets of uncommons that I need, and then the rares I could just pick up from additional trades and shit like that.
Nice. Did you wait? We haven't gotten the special announcement part, have we?
Nope,
No.
we have not. Give me just 1 second to finish all this. I'm gonna switch my camera
No.
around.
No. I want to hear. I want to know now.
Oh! Oh, you'll know.
Oh man, I'm looking forward to D&D finally.
Oh yeah. So I've been working on something with Matt on the back end, and we talked about this on Wednesday. He kind of ousted me for it, but
Ousted you?
outed me.
Yeah, outed.
I DM'd him and Lenny the other day. So you know how we're doing the anniversary stream coming up. I'm not gonna spoil that.
Yeah, of course I know about the anniversary stream. Yeah,
Right.
I know all about it, Joe.
Okay, so I'm not spoiling any of that, but without going into any further detail, I asked if I could do the one shot during that block.
Oh
And
yeah, what?
The one shot is going to be it's going to be, if you want to join in, you're more than welcome to as well. Is going to be a party of different characters from anywhere in the MTG verse that they want to be. Any plane of MTG existence.
Okay.
And this is going to be post. The story is going to take place post. Post Omen Paths.
Post what?
Post Omen Paths.
Oh, okay.
So pretty much Mom, whenever everybody started losing their spark, i.e. all the Omen Paths were forced open.
I thought you were gonna say the story takes place post Malone.
No. I'm so happy, man. So fucking happy. Because there's also a new set of Digimon that released that I will use that money, that 500 towards getting those cards. Because Digimon's actually really cheap to not only purchase, but also in my area, there's plentiful, and everybody's, kind of like, everybody helps everybody within our community, which is really nice. I have 5 local game stores that I go to where I can play Gundam, Digimon, or MTG on any given day of the week.
Digimon,
really
digital
nice.
monsters.
I'm kind of spoiled in that regard.
Real. Well.
All right, give me 1 second. I'll be right back.